Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be telling the story on why I'm living here in El Salvador while I do my makeup. I decided to come here last minute with my parents because I didn't want to stay alone. And since I was taking a break from school, um, I had the chance to come with them. So I booked the flight last minute with my parents to come visit. And the person that was going to pick us up from the airport is my husband now. um, he is the nephew of one of my dad's friends, and he was gonna pick us up from the airport and drive us around. Meanwhile, we were here. The first time that I interacted with him, I just waved at him, and he waved back, but he didn't know that I was coming with my parents um, that day. So he was kind of surprised. And now that I ask him about that day, he says that he thought I was from another country. Well, I am from another, but he didn't think that I was like um Salvadorian or whatever. He thought I was Asian. So he thought that I was just a random girl like waving at him. But yeah, that was the first time that we saw each other and interacted with each other. After that, we went to eat pupusas. After he picked us up from the airport, we went to eat pupusas. I think it's called Oloquilta. I'm not too sure. And he would just like stare at me a lot. When we were in the car, he would look at me through the mirror and just stare at me. So I don't want to go through all the small little details. I was definitely attracted to Carlos, not just physically, but I really loved his personality. He was really outgoing and really sweet and kind. I thought he was a really cool person, and when we would go out, like with my parents and our family and stuff, we just seemed to be like attracted to each other. If one of us would move this way, the other one would follow. Like we were just like magnets. Fast forward a couple days, um, there was a time where Carlos couldn't go with us, or he couldn't drive us to the place that we were gonna go that day. So my dad was the one who ended up taking us that day. I had posted a picture of myself on my Instagram story, and Carlos responded to it. He complimented me, and that kind of is when I realized that he liked me. And he wasn't only like being nice just because we were there visiting. And I asked him why he wasn't able to come with us that day, and we started talking. And then that same day, he invited me to go out on a walk with him and his dog Luna. Something like simple, but I thought it was really sweet. I liked that he invited me to do something simple like that. And I told him yes. So later on that day, he went over to our house with Luna, and we went on a walk. Carlos is a really respectful person, so I really like that about him too, that he wouldn't ever like push me to do anything, or he would never like make like a move on me. Like he was always really respectful, and he was just a really sweet person. We went on our walk, and I really enjoyed like the conversations we were having, and we had a lot of similar interests, and we seemed really like compatible. Even though it was the first time, we really just hung out one on one, and I felt safe with him and I felt respected by him, and felt really happy after I went on that little date with him. Um, After that day, we didn't have a lot of time to hang out with each other. We did go out like with my family and stuff, but it wasn't like dates. It was just like we were hanging out because he was there and I was there and my family was there. But he was really like we were like really attached to each other from like that moment. We would like stand next to each other, sit next to each other, um, spend the whole day talking and not even like paying attention to everything else or everyone else. And yeah, the day that I was supposed to leave and go back home to California, to LA, the day came. We were both a little sad or a little like confused on what was going to happen between us before we left and took the flight back home. I do think he took me on another date. He took me to see the pyramids, and it was really nice. Um, Wait, I don't think this brow pencil is my shade, so it's a little bit lighter than my actual hair color. But yeah, we did go on another date the day I was supposed to take my flight back home. It was also a really nice date. I had a really good time with him. And then the moment of me boarding my flight back home to LA, I felt sad, and I know he felt sad too. And he gave me a kiss on my cheek that day. And I think we both didn't know what was really gonna happen between us. I kind of felt like we're not gonna really be able to have a relationship because I live in California. He lives in El Salvador. I never thought that anything serious can really happen between us, but we did stay in contact. We would message each other on Instagram. At that time, I hadn't like, I didn't have WhatsApp or or we didn't really text through like phone number and stuff like that. We just like talked through Instagram, and he would ask me to video call him through Instagram, and we would have like um, video call dates, I guess, and we would talk on there. Everyone in my family, like my dad, my mom, my sister, like everyone encouraged it. Everyone really liked him, and they would encourage me to keep talking to him, and they would ask me if I still talk to him or if we or what are we thinking, if I want to go back and visit. And yeah, like I did end up going back to visit a couple times, like 2, 3 times. Um, and along that time, Carlos asked me to be his girlfriend. A couple months into our relationship, it was on January 2023, I think, and my parents and I came to visit here, and we were gonna be. I think we were here for like New Year's, and I think it was January 2nd, and I was feeling this like weird like vibe from everyone, and we all had went to Carlos' grandma's house. I felt like something was up. Something felt off. Everyone was looking at me weird. Everyone kept looking at each other. Carlos was acting weird. And I did think to myself, like, something's about to happen or what's going on, I just kept thinking like there's something weird, and I kept asking him like, "Are you okay? Why is everyone acting like?" And he kept calling his grandma to come outside, and everyone was sitting outside. He kept telling his grandma to come outside, and she wouldn't come outside. And then after I was like, okay, there's something going on. And yes, that day, January 2nd, Carlos asked me to marry him. It happened really fast, but I feel like it felt right. It didn't feel like how it felt to be with other people. Like it felt really special to be with him. I'm sorry, I'm not used to telling talking to the camera and stuff, so I get really nervous. Um, when he asked me to marry him, I told him yes. Um, the only thing I felt really bad about is that my sister wasn't there. Um, in like such a special and important moment, but it's okay. I still felt really happy, and he gave me my ring. Yeah, so ever since that time, I didn't go back home with my parents. I stayed here with him for a couple of months, and then I did go home, and then ever since then, I basically have been living here in El Salvador. I'll stay here for like 5 to 6 months, and then I'll go and visit my family back in LA, and I'll stay there 2 weeks, and then I'll come back here and stay another 4 to 5 months. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm living here in El Salvador. It's because I'm married to a Salvadorian man, and this is my life. Hopefully, someday, me and my husband will be able to travel, go visit my family, or even go live in California. But for now, we're living here, and who knows what the future what the future will be like for us. So I feel like I sped through a couple of the details, but me and Carlos got married in July of 2024. Um, we had a really beautiful wedding. A lot of my family traveled and came here for our wedding. Also, a lot of his family traveled to come to our wedding. That day was a really memorable day. It was a really beautiful day, but also so many things happened. Our wedding day, it was kind of crazy, but it was so much fun. I'll try to add some clips of our wedding day here in this video. So when Carlos was gonna ask me to marry him, um, he did ask my dad if it was okay before he asked me. He asked my dad's permission to marry me. So all of my family, my sister, my mom, and my dad knew that he was gonna ask me to marry him. I'm not sure what details I'm missing. I did speed through it. If anyone has any questions about like what I just explained or what I just said, like you can ask me, and I'll respond in my next video or in another video. Um, you can also like give me suggestions or ideas on things you would like to know, or literally anything. Like, what kind of videos would you want me to make, or what are the things that you would like to see here in El Salvador? that interest you. I do want to make more videos of when we go out. We just haven't been out this week. Hopefully soon we'll get the car back and we'll be able to go out and do more things. The eyeshadow I'm using is from this palette. My husband's Tia Cindy, gave this to me. So thank you, Tia Cindy, for this eyeshadow palette. I really love it. I don't want to put on too much makeup today since I'm just going to be home. So all I need to do is my lips. I'm going to use this cute little lip tint. It has a brush and a little, what's this guy's name? Is it Pumpurri? Pumpurri? Something like that. I don't know too much about the Sanrio characters. All I know is, oh whoa. All I know is like Hello Kitty, Kurumi, Cinnamon Roll, My Melody, Keropi. I think that's Pumpuri, or Cinnab something. I don't know. I'm not a Hello Kitty girl. There's nothing wrong with Hello Kitty girls, though. I feel like I'm more of like a Snoopy, Garfield type of girl. Here's my makeup. Thank you so much for listening to me babble on about why I'm living here in El Salvador. I'm gonna try to make more talking videos. I want to get used to talking to myself, talking to the camera. Um, I'm just a shy person. But
Let me see this everything.